Hello everyone, thank you so much for clicking on this video, and welcome to CB Cinema. Today, in this video, we are going to be going over the best horror movie ever made, Scream 5. But before we jump into things, I'm just going to give you a little overview of what this channel is about. In this channel, we're going to be going over all things movies and TV shows. Drop a comment down below and let me know what type of content you'd like to see, and I'll be sure to put it out. But without further ado, we're going to get straight into things. Starting off, the amazing cast of Scream 5. The cast of Scream 5 had a wide variety of people. We had returning stars like Neve Campbell, David Arquette, Courtney Cox, but we were also introduced to new ones like Melissa Barra, Jenna Ortega, Jack Quaid, Dylan Minnette, and Mikey Madison. Scream 5 wasted no time giving us one of the best opening scenes we've seen in years. Jenna Ortega actually revealed in an interview that she got to do this opening scene with Roger L. Jackson on set, who is the voice actor for Ghostface in all of the Scream films. Tara Carpenter was also the only character in Scream to survive an opening scene as well. This is what ended up bringing her sister Sam Carpenter back to Woodsboro because she heard about the attack. But jumping back into things, for why Scream 5 is one of the best horror movies ever made, you have to mention the best actress. Of course, Jenna Ortega. When Scream 5 first came out, Jenna Ortega wasn't as well known. She'd only been really known for appearing on You, the TV show on Netflix, but this was all before Wednesday blew up and became one of the biggest shows Netflix has ever had. But after we cut from the opening scene, we're introduced to Richie and Sam. They head straight back to Woodsboro after they realize that Tara has been attacked. What makes Scream 5 so good is that it mirrored the original Scream. We learn that both Tara and Sam's last names are Carpenter, a tribute to director John Carpenter from the Halloween franchise, but Sam reveals to her sister Tara that while they share the same mom, Sam's dad was Billy Loomis, who is one of the killers from Scream 1. Sam was 13 when she realized their father was not her biological father, making Sam and Tara maternal half-siblings. According to Amber at the bar, Sam supposedly departed on her 19th birthday from the family. Now, Scream 5 also managed to add another great actor to their cast, which is of course Amber's accomplice, Richie Kirsch. The actor Jack Quaid is best known for his role on The Boys, which, if you haven't seen, I highly recommend, one of the best TV shows out there. Richie was revealed as the 9th Ghostface killer in the Scream franchise, and he was also the first boyfriend killer of the film since the original Scream character, Billy Loomis, whose daughter he targeted to date, Sam Carpenter. Richie was the son of Wayne Bailey, who is a big part of Scream 6, and the unnamed mother, and a brother of Ethan Landry and Quinn Bailey. Richie met his girlfriend Amber on a subreddit for Stab in 2021, and they made a plan to make their own Stab movie to serve as both a reboot and a sequel following the disappointment of Stab 8. He used Sam as the scapegoat for the killer, and he and Amber are the second and third known Stab fanatic Ghostface killers, following Charlie Walker as their motivation. Now, something that Scream 5 did that no other movies did was they actually killed legacy characters, which of course brings up the saddest point of the movie. But in my opinion, we also have to consider that Dewey, Sidney, and Gale made it through 4 Scream movies at this point. It starts to become unrealistic and lowers the stakes of the franchise, so all in all, it was a good decision to kill off Dewey. The only thing that could bring Sidney Prescott back to Woodsboro was killing off Dewey. With Sidney back in Woodsboro, it brings us to the best part of the movie, Act 3. And what's in Act 3? The best Ghostface. Of course, Amber Freeman. In the climax of the movie, after a couple of attacks at the house, an argument breaks out between the friend group, and Amber finally reveals herself as a killer. She takes out Liv in the most insane way possible. Amber then runs outside pretending that she's been stabbed and begs for Sidney Prescott and Gale Weathers to help, but they catch the trap instantly. Amber drops the axe, shooting Gale, and runs inside, getting back into the Ghostface costume. Now, Amber actually killed 2 legacy characters, if you count Judy Hicks, who was in Scream 4, and then of course Dewey Riley. Sydney comes in and finds Richie hiding in a closet before Amber jumps out, and they both fly over the staircase. Richie stabs Sam and takes Sydney's gun, revealing himself as the second killer. They bring Gail inside and reveal their motives to Sydney, Sam, and Gail. They also reveal that they are in a romantic relationship, and then Amber goes upstairs to get Tara, but Sam has already untied her. Sam attacks Richie while Gail and Sydney finish off Amber. Sydney smashes a bottle of hand sanitizer on her head as Gail holds her back. Both of them toss Amber into a corner. Amber begins to beg both of them to show her mercy as she blames the Stab subreddit for her psychotic behavior. Amber finally meets her demise after falling face first into a stove after getting shot by Gail. Now to cap off this video, we're going to go into some bonus Easter eggs. First one is Tara plays with knives just like Casey does in the original Scream. The main difference between the opening Scream scenes is that there's now a whole new set of horror movies. For example, Casey's favorite movie was Halloween and Tara's was The Babadook. Alright, next up, David Arquette used to be married to Courtney Cox in real life, and when we see old photos of Dewey and Gail together in Dewey's trailer, the pictures are actual photos that David and Courtney took together before they got divorced, and David actually provided the photos himself. Another cool thing we were able to see in Dewey's motorhome was actually Tatum Riley's ashes from the first Scream movie. Next up, at the end of the film, Sam stabs Richie to death with a vision of her father Billy looking on with pride. She then wipes the blood off her knife to finish, and the fans have spotted that eerily similar to how Ghostface finishes their kills. Another pretty big Easter egg is that Rian Johnson is the director of the Stab movies. Rian Johnson being the director of Stab 8 is no coincidence, because throughout Scream 5 we've learned that Stab 8 is widely ridiculed and hated by fans for not staying true to the original Stab films. And of course, in real life, Rian was accused by fans of ruining the Star Wars film The Last Jedi. Now Amber actually survived being shot and burnt alive, and she comes back for one last scare, charging at Tara with a knife. Tara ends up killing her off and saying, "I still prefer the Babadook," which is a direct reference to the beginning of the film where Ghostface was quizzing her on her favorite horror movies, and she said she was into elevated horror. Now to end it off, what is probably my favorite Easter egg is the final shot at the ending of the movie. The final shot is exactly the same as the original. Just like Scream 1, Scream 5 ends with the camera panning out onto Stu's house after the chaos and bloodshed of what happened inside. But with that, we're going to wrap up this video. I would like to thank every single one of you for watching. I appreciate it. There's going to be more to come, and we're just getting started. Let me know in the comments down below what type of videos you would like to see, what type of movies or TV shows you want me to go over or break down. Make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss another video, and I hope you have a good rest of your day.